What's up guys, this is Darkbblue. In the last video I told you how I fought my way through campaign with my Pyromancer character. But we all know in a looter game there will be something called endgame experience after you finish campaign. So let's talk about it in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's dive right into it. After finishing base game campaign, I headed directly for DLC campaign, and I always chose the highest Apoc tier I had unlocked. But in fact, I was already making a mistake at that time. Soon I finished DLC campaign and reached Apoc 13. At the time, I was still using epic gears, having no legendary gears at all, let alone legendary sets. As a result, I couldn't complete expeditions at Apoc 13. Okay, so how could I grind legendary gears? I found that I could purchase them from Tiago's shop at the price of some dropouts. The problem was, well, all the goods were at the same level as the highest Apoc tier currently unlocked. So what's their price? So I had to run expeditions at this Apoc tier to farm dropouts with enough efficiency. So in order to grind legendary sets, I had to first run expeditions at a higher Apoc tier. But in order to be capable of doing this, I should first equip myself with legendary sets. How was this possibly be done? At last, I managed to get enough dropouts at a lower Apoc tier. Of course, it took a lot of time, but at least I could finish it. I bought a set of lava light gears, and finally I was able to face the challenge of higher Apoc tiers. I have to admit this was a rough start. For my next character, I will definitely grind some legendary sets before starting DLC campaign. Afterwards, I had an easier time grinding Apoc tier. With lava ledge sets, I was able to run expeditions at the currently highest Apoc tier, and I got dropouts rewards from expeditions and spent them leveling up my gears. I found that both income and outcome of dropouts scale exponentially with Apoc tier. This means it might be a bit hard to keep my gears at the same level as my Apoc tier, but it should be very easy to keep them at one level below my Apoc tier. I thought, well, this was a good news. If both income and outcome of dropouts could grow exponentially forever, it shouldn't be hard to reach a rather high Apoc tier. Well, as you can guess, things always turn to the worst way. When I reached Apoc 16, I found the income of dropouts had turned linear, but the outcome still exponential. This was a threat to my leveling up gears. But I had another discovery. Although the dropout consumption to level up gears was still exponential, the consumption to purchase gears from Tiago's shop had turned linear. What did this imply? Perhaps I should give up leveling up my gears and instead buy gears directly from the shop. Well, I acted quickly and made an Akari build soon, but as for how well it worked, see for yourself. This turned out to be a bad idea, super bad. First, not every set has the capability of running expeditions at the highest Apoc tier, and second, buying a full set of legendary gears from shop requires to refresh the shop many times. This actually costs as much dropouts as directly leveling up my old gears. Now I know it was never a good idea to change build too frequently. I should go back to my lava ledge set, but I had already sold it. So I spent more time grinding a new set from the shop. That was really a tough time. After a struggling time, I found a possible solution to my problem. Starting from Apoc 18, dropout outcome turns linear too. And as I was getting more and more Apoc gears, I found that leveling up Apoc gears consume much less dropouts. So this possible solution should be replacing all my gears with Apoc gears, and this will make leveling them up much more affordable. But expeditions don't reward me with abundant Apoc loot. It looked that it was time to turn to running trials. At around Apoc 23, I began doing trials. At the time, I was still unable to defeat the final Arbiter boss, so I decided to farm bonus rooms. These rooms tend to drop specific gears such as helms or chest pieces, thus a good way to grind Apoc loot. I also did some research and discovered a return to lobby trick. Each time I finish a room, I can choose to return to lobby. This consumes one retry attempt, but allows me to immediately redo the room I just finished. This helps me reach higher efficiency. Before long, I successfully replaced all my gears with Apoc versions of them, and as a result, I was able to afford the leveling up cost. After a little more grinding in these bonus rooms, I finally decided to challenge the final arbiter. Since I already had some useful mods in my Apoc slots, I did succeed in defeating the arbiter. Ever after that, I've been grinding full trial rounds and trying more different builds. So that's my endgame experience when playing my first character. I think it's fair to call it frustrating. I've made several mistakes. For example, I leveled up Apoc tiers too early. Therefore, I had a hard time grinding legendary sets after finishing DLC campaign. But on the contrary, I started trials too late. Actually, one can start trials right after Apoc 16. But I spent so much time on expeditions. I think I'll never forget this experience. It teaches me how difficult it can be to start as a campaign player and try to become an endgame player. So of course, I have come up with a guide on how to do that efficiently. That'll be my next video. If you like my story and if you want to join me into depth of games, just like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, see you around.